So we want to get to our On the Record segment right away this morning. So joining us now, two members of the New York State Assembly, Republican Michael Tannousis and Democrat Ron Kim. So thank you both for being here on this very busy Sunday morning. And let me get right to it, okay, because there's a lot to unpack here. First and foremost, Speaker of the Assembly suspending impeachment investigations. Assemblyman Kim, you're a Democrat. This is your own party calling off the impeachment. Is it because the numbers were just not there to impeach? What are you seeing here?
Well, the Speaker laid out a legal argument that we didn't have the constitutional legality to pursue the impeachment once the governor is no longer in office. We consulted our own independent legal advice from Cornell University and received a legal memo from a professor, Bob Hockett, that counters the Speaker's assessment that the state constitution forbids us from pursuing impeachment.
So what does that mean? So if you're countering that, what is there a next step?
Well, we want to present our counter argument to our conference, especially because there is absolutely no precedence that prevents us from removing the governor after an informal promise to resign, which, by the way, Dan, is not legally binding, or even after he's vacated the office.
Mm-hmm. So Assemblyman Tannousis, let me bring you in right now because you sit on the Judiciary Committee, right? You were set to meet tomorrow on Monday to go over the findings of the investigation and the AG's report. That meeting now canceled, correct? So will the findings, which the Speaker said uncovered credible evidence, will that be released? Do you want it to be released?
That's exactly what I want. You know, I understand the purpose of this, of this inquiry, of this probe, was for the purpose of impeachment, which is basically to the purpose of removing an elected official from office and barring them from running again. While I understand that he did give his resignation, I believe it's appropriate as the fact that we owe a duty to our constituents and we need accountability from our state government. And the only way that could be done is if we continued with the investigation, released the findings of the investigation, even possibly have had a hearing on the issue. So this way, the general public can see the work that the Judiciary Committee has done for the past few months.
I'm sorry to interrupt you here, but you sit on the Judiciary Committee. Was it a surprise? Did it come as a surprise that they were actually dropping the impeachment proceedings, even though you were supposed to meet on Monday? What was the communication?
Well, I can only speak for myself. I myself was not informed prior to the information being released. But, it's something that, I was looking forward to meeting on Monday because obviously, as we know, given the fact that the governor resigned, obviously there was some kind of change or different direction that we would have to take. I just did not think that it would just necessarily lead to this completely today.
Assemblyman Kim, there were rumors of a deal behind closed doors, right? Not to pursue impeachment if the governor finished out his term. We know he ended up resigning. Did either of you, I guess, and Assemblyman Kim, I'll start with you, did you hear about a potential deal? Could this be one?
The Speaker was asked that question, and he assured us publicly that he has not communicated with the governor since the budget. I take his word. But there are plenty of brokers, power brokers, intermediaries that could have facilitated discussions that I don't have access to, but we all know that that is often how Albany works. And I certainly hope that this is not the case, that there was no backdoor deal to let the governor have a gracious exit with no accountability of his wrongdoing.
Yeah.
Because that is what is happening right now. He didn't apologize then, like to the victims, all the nursing home victims. He actually tried to gaslight them on his way out, and we can't even check him and hold him accountable.
Assemblyman Tannousis, any word on a possible deal? You heard your colleague right here talk about it.
No, I mean, if I'm Andrew Cuomo, I'd be looking to make a deal with the prosecutors that are investigating me, where you actually have criminal liability. I wouldn't be looking to make a deal with the assembly. So was there a deal? I highly doubt it. I just believe that Andrew Cuomo saw the chariots surrounding him. I think he realized that the numbers were against him. And I believe that's why he announced that he would be resigning.
Assemblyman Kim, we saw the reaction today. It's certainly split among the Democrats. Where does this leave your party now as a new governor takes over, right? Because some Democrats want to see the process play out. They want to see an impeachment. They're saying, hey, this is wrong. So where does it leave the party at a very crucial time?
At minimum, there's consensus across the aisle among Democrats and Republicans that we need to release everything that we've done so far and wrap up the investigation, which we already spent millions of dollars on. This is not your money, or this is not Mike, your money or my money. This is Stan, your money, the taxpayers' money. You pay for it, and you deserve to have everything in our website, all the findings, word for word.
And of course, right now we're talking about just the sexual harassment allegations. What happens to the investigations into the pandemic book sales and the nursing home deaths? Do those move forward specifically in the Judiciary Committee, Assemblymember Tannousis?
Well, that's what I was hoping for. The issue is that, the Attorney General released a report on the sexual harassment claims. In actuality, the Judiciary Committee has been investigating sexual harassment claims, nursing home deaths, alleged misappropriation in regards to the governor's book deal, misreporting of the numbers. So a whole variety of issues. And, our constituents and the taxpayer, they're looking for accountability. And the reason why we could give them the accountability is because we're the ones directly elected by them. So while I understand that there's other agencies, law enforcement agencies, and where they're actually facing criminal liability, we are actually elected by the people. And the people want accountability from their state government, which is why it's incumbent that we release this information to the public, and the public has a right to know. I mean, the past few months, we've revealed so much corruption coming out of the governor's office. I think the taxpayers, the residents of the state, need to know what is happening or what was happening in the governor's office.
So, Assemblyman Kim, you are countering with the legal action of your own, right? But where does that leave you in terms of what happens next with the Lieutenant Governor, Kathy Hochul, right? She's set to take over in a little more than a week. She's already said she'll run for a full term. Is that who you see the Democrats supporting now as you move forward into looking at 2022?
I think everyone in the state want Kathy to Hochul from day one. We want her to propose policies and really transform Albany to root out the toxic and abusive nature of that office. And we wish her the best and success. She needs to be properly vetted. I've said that before, and I'll repeat it again, to make sure that she is setting the right terms and right policies on day one. But going back to the impeachment, Dan, I want to just clarify, there's a lot of legal stuff that's going around, but let's just simplify what this means. If you stole from someone and then you're about to be indicted for theft, you can't avoid the indictment simply by returning what you stole once you learn what you're about to be indicted, when you're about to be indicted. That's what's happening right now with Andrew Cuomo, and it just doesn't fly.
We're going to have to see how all of this plays out. We only have 10 seconds left. Assemblyman Kim, there's a lot of rumors about who would be lieutenant governor. Do you want the job?
I'm looking at different options. I know my colleagues are as well, but we want accountability first. That's what's important right now.
Understood. Assemblyman Tannousis, Assemblyman Kim, thank you both for being here on this very busy morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.